Khubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Motors. The dark is here to rule.
Ka IZ Group of Institution Bangalore, kadai ka college babatam na banta ka jingpuli nursing but paramedical course, hospital training, thinio scholarship but 6% ka kam, haki hospital bahedo ha India but shabari. Na banta ka jingpuli ka jingsiyo ka baret but pila banlek puli da ka education loan. Pila urban chukol ha number khandai nyo saw san rio prano lani khandai pran rio laisan an riway khandai pra. Dr. Dipankar Das, Ubadai Chief Interventional Cardiologist, Unsawan Hanongba Shillong, Haka Arpanyutarek Ujamang Arjar Pulai, Ha Woodland Hospital, Bat Pila Balne Ikandu, Nadu Kapor Katwe Biji Sheneng, Bat Pila Ruban Shukol How number 90890-97907.
Ka perthai ka Rakhe ya ka World Hemophilia Day, Haka Khatnyutarek Uyayong, Manla Usnam, Henry Namar Kidaw ki Bamla Kiar. Ka Hemophilia Society Shillong chapter kala Rakhe yak ni singi menta ka arpautrek jemang arja pulai la pelong ini program ha neuro and spine clinic kawadan hadem tring ha kani singi lai kren shapang kani jingpang hemophilia but katnu ka jingjinjar jong ki kimi ki pa ki badon ya ki khun ki bayo yak ni jingpang but kumnu ka jing sumar na ka benta jongki ha kani ka program la dan lang Dr. Bernard Trench Lingdo Rentathiang ubadai consultant neurosurgeon Jonka Super Care Hospital.
We have seen the amount of challenges and amount of problems the hemophilia families, parents and the immediate family members of hemophilia patients have to suffer. So it is all done together so that we alleviate the problem and take care so that we mitigate to lessen the problems and issues that they face. So the theme of World Hemophilia Day 2023 is Access for All, Prevention of Bleeds as the Global Standard Care. So access to all. In many developing countries, factor availability is such a challenge, even in our country, India. So we are getting a lot of help from World Federation Hemophilia that we are able to at least help, even though we have no proper regular supply of factors, but through the humanitarian aid program we are getting a lot. So what is hemophilia? It is usually an inherited X-linked disorder, females being carriers and males suffer. So it leads to deficiency of clotting factors in blood, leading to excessive bleeding and bruising. It's a rare condition, 1 in 10,000 live births. There is no cure as such of now, though there are a lot of scientific experiments going on, especially with gene therapy, but it has not come to a conclusive cure. It can bleed anywhere, in the joints most commonly, but the patient can bleed spontaneously or after a mild trauma. They can bleed in the brains, in the gastrointestinal tract, or any of the important organs of the body, or even in the muscles, cause severe pain and can lead to critical conditions in their lives, life-threatening conditions. So there are two types of hemophilia, hemophilia A and hemophilia B. Almost 80 to 85% belong to is of hemophilia A and around 20% of hemophilia B. And in fact, hemophilia A is due to factor 8 deficiency and hemophilia B is due to factor 9 deficiency. So treatment are of two types as I mentioned. One is prophylaxis and the other is on-demand. I just want to highlight a little bit about these because we might say there are a lot of talks going on that if we continuously, regularly give, because these factors are extremely costly. So instead of allowing our children to keep bleeding in their joints, and which is so painful, it is disheartening and very sad to see, very painful to see when they bleed in their joints, and we know that there is a slight swelling even or a slight fluid collection in a joint or any part of the body, how painful it is. But children, hemophilia patients, they have to bear this pain all throughout their life, every now and then, without even having trauma. Ultimately, in the long run, it is more cost effective than on-demand therapy. Why so is because when on-demand therapy happens, when there is an excessive bleed, for example, a brain bleed, we have to continuously give 12 hourly high doses for at least a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks as per the condition. So when you give like that, the amount of factor that is used is even more than on prophylaxis therapy because that is low dose not allowing them to bleed. So it is a much better modality of treatment to give prophylactic management. The half-life of these conventional factors, which are recombinant and plasma-derived, are extremely short. Half-life is around 8 to 12 hours, and for factor A, for factor B is around 18 hours. So you have to continuously give every 2 days for factor A, that is hemophilia A, and every 3 days for factor B, that is hemophilia B. Factor 9, that is hemophilia B. But with extended half-life factors, you can prolong, because they have prolonged half-life, extended half-life. So every 3 to 5 days, even the 2-day increment is so beneficial, or to say it's such a good thing for patients who regularly require every 2 days. Rather than that, even given every once a week or even every 5 days, it's a big relief for them. So for factor 9, that is hemophilia B, 7 to 14 days, for 3 days is an extremely relieving treatment process. So this causes less frequent dosing, increased compliance, because if you keep frequently every second day, every third day you give, the child gets worrisome. Okay, so it's better, less compliance is there if we have less frequent dosing. Then we have a consortium called Hemophilia, Northeast Hemophilia Consortium, where all the doctors concerned doctors of the whole Northeast are involved in uplifting the cause of hemophilia patients. It was formed in 2018 in Guwahati. Every year we meet. The last update was held in Shillong, and the update for 2023 will be in Itanagar in August. 4th of August, that is our foundation day, but it depends on the weekend. We always try to see the weekend for the convenience of the doctors concerned. The proposed activities of 2023 for our society are self-infusion program. We've done it once. Many of our patients benefited that they are injecting themselves now after that self-infusion program. Then we want to increase the awareness amongst doctors, because in the periphery they are the ones who come in direct contact with patients, so that they are aware of the history, what kind of history they should take to be able to even suspect the presence of hemophilia. So we need a lot of CMEs to increase awareness amongst doctors. Then, as I mentioned about the consortium in August, the update, then we have a plan for affiliation of our society to the national body, that is the Hemophilia Federation India, and increase awareness amongst the masses, the public, and every stakeholder in the state of Bengal. So my earnest appeal through the media today is, and to all who are present here, that we have to work towards procuring factors through the government, through the proposal that has to be given through the NHM to the center for heading hemoglobinopathies, that these factors be made available to our patients. There are small young children who are just diagnosed with hemophilia. There are patients whose knees are already destroyed, their joints are already destroyed. We don't want any further bleeding to happen to them as much as possible. So kindly appeal to the government, the health minister, madam, to kindly work so that we can have these factors made available for our patients for prophylaxis. This is a picture of what he was before and now. He has undergone a lot of surgeries and regular factor prophylaxis treatment. That is for secondary prophylaxis or tertiary prophylaxis, because his knees were already destroyed, knee and joints. But even after the regular prophylaxis was taken, and then ankle replacement or ankle surgery was done in CMC this very year in January, and his leg was earlier shortened, but now he is able to stand completely properly and walk properly. So this is his picture of before and after treatment and after regular prophylactic treatment. So he is one case who's a great example of how treatment can do, prophylactic treatment can do, and plus corrective surgeries can improve the quality of life even though joints are destroyed. Joints may have been destroyed. There are 150,000 estimated hemophilia patients in India, and 28 may have been identified, so we still have a long way to go in identifying our patients. We have 4 regions: Northern region, Western, Eastern and Southern India, under the aegis of Hemophilia Federation India. Then under the Hemophilia Federation India, the Regional Council of Eastern Region and its chapter and its members are there. And then under each of these, they coordinate, a chapter and its members along with the Regional Council Eastern Region coordinate all 3 together for the welfare of the patients. Under the Regional Council in Eastern India, Eastern Region, we have the youth group and the women's group, which is also replicated in the chapters. These are the hemophilia treatment centers in Eastern India, where factors are available. Meghalaya Shillong chapter factor availability, no, that may be partially not correct because we are getting free factors from Hemophilia Federation. Factor and latest treatment available in every state. Awareness program to discover, the things that we need to do a lot is to increase awareness of hemophilia in each state and more especially so in Meghalaya because it's so unaware, people are so unaware of this disease that I have heard of cases where patients have died, where they died in their homes and we come to know the history later on. So there are a lot of unidentified patients and as his slide has shown that there's only a minuscule portion of the big group of hemophilia patients who are identified, the rest majority are not yet identified.
Our mission is to connect, to converge with many, not just departments, societies, people groups, communities, to understand the problems, to certify the disabled of the state so that they can receive their due entitlements through the Act, through the schemes in education, in many other aspects of life. And it is our vision also to see that the persons with disabilities, especially the persons with disabilities here, to live a life of equity, to live a life in a community where you are not considered a second-rate citizen. We live equally. And that is the concept, the vision, and the mission of the State Resource Center since inception in 2001. And we are the nodal department who run the scheme, the Meghalaya program for the rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. This is one of the programs that was run earlier by the ministry in many states, but it died down in 2005. But Meghalaya is the only state that is running this program right now. And we have been running this since 2005 under the help of the Social Welfare Department and also working together with the Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya. And we, as you can see, we have quite a lot of interventions that we do for the disabled in all the blocks of the state. And here we're talking about disability certification, which I will get there. And we are also one of the nodal departments for giving out the disability certification as per the Act. So, So just to look at what the Act talks about, what the rights for persons with disabilities talks about. It is a law that has been that came to force in 2016. Prior to this, there was another Act, the Persons with Disabilities Act 1995, that covered only 7 types of disabilities. Now there are 21 types of disabilities, in which the disabilities caused by blood disorders, including hemophilia, is a part of the types of disabilities. So, as per the Act, if once a person who applies for a disability certificate is diagnosed by a government doctor and found to have 40% disability, then that person is considered a person with disability. And it is the State Resource Center, with the help of the Health and Family Welfare Department, that certifies that this person is disabled. The key objectives of the Act is, as mentioned, to ensure equality, non-discrimination, to give access to persons with disabilities to opportunities, services, healthcare, and also to protect the rights and the dignity of persons with disabilities. So as you can see, these are the 21 types of disabilities as mentioned by the Act. So as you can see, thalassemia, hemophilia, and sickle cell disease, the disabilities caused by blood disorders, is part of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. So the significant provisions of the Act is non-discrimination, accessibility, equal opportunity, social security, legal capacity, and grievance redressal. These the tenets or the sections of the Act are looked after by the Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya, which we work together. And working together, we have tried to provide awareness to many blocks, many officials at the block level. So we have it across the financial year. And if maybe we can tie up on how we can do block awareness to our field workers, to our Rambashnams, the Nokmas, and maybe that will raise an awareness. We can always work together with that. That is a promise from our department. Then the significance of the Act is to empower them to include, to provide awareness and sensitization, which the Act has clearly mentioned, and which we are doing to not just to similar to societies like this, but also to schools and colleges on mental health, on the types of disabilities, on how they can be helped. Okay, so that's what we've been doing. And accountability to different universities especially, because universities are the ones that provide education to our children with disabilities. And the number one thing is there should be accessibility. If a person on a wheelchair tries to come up to a second floor and there are no ramps, then the purpose of providing education is defeated. So that is one thing where we try to make the institution accountable. The institution has to be accountable when giving services to a person with disability. Accessibility. So what does the Act say about hemophilia? It's categorized under disabilities caused due to blood disorders. And the definition, I think, Madam actually said. So, but as for the Act, it's an inheritable disease, usually affecting only male, but transmitted by women to their male children, characterized by loss or impairment of the normal clotting ability of blood, so that a minor wound may result in bleeding. So this is the definition given by the Act. So we are already constituted medical board as per the Act, where the district medical health officer or the medical superintendent of a district civil hospital is the chairperson, general physician or pediatrician a member, and orthopedic surgeon or physical medical PMR specialist, or any of the other doctors, specialist doctors handling visual impairment or other CP dysfunctions are nominated as members of the district medical board. So, as you can see, as notified in January 2022, the Governor of Meghalaya has clearly stated that the State Resource Centre of Disability Affairs shall issue the unique disability ID, which is a disability, an identification proof that a person is disabled. Now, with this ID, it is respected across India. Earlier, it was very tough for us to accept certificates that belong to other states because they had different formats. And the same was with Shillong, with Meghalaya. So, when a person with disability from Meghalaya carried the format from the government of Meghalaya goes down to Tamil Nadu, it's a problem for the state officials of Tamil Nadu to accept that because it's a different format. But now it's a nationalized format. So this showcase. So the State Resource Centre has 4 centres now in Shillong, Pura, Nongson and Jawai. We have one coming up in Rivoy. We provide the disability certification. We also provide therapeutic services from the occupational therapy, physiotherapy, the audiology unit, and also from the prosthetist and orthotist unit, which makes up changes for persons with disabilities. So, the aim of the unique disability ID is to uniquely identify every person with disability across this nation and across the state. So, this is the unique disability ID that is given to any person or child with disability. So, the name, the unique ID, the type of disability, the year of birth, percentage of disability, and the validity as per the guidelines specified by the Ministry of Social Justice and Employment. And then this is the backside of the ID. And this is the disability certificate that is given to every person with disability or child with disability.
I think the doctors in the periphery need to know and understand the history and how to take the history and all, because I faced this problem. I had a little child come in, and I think the pediatricians and the medical specialists who deal with children are the people who need to come first in line to see these type of patients who come to them. I had a little kid coming to me with a sudden bleeding in the brain, and we took history like we normally take as to whether the child fell. Since it's a child, we thought that maybe the mother could not get proper history that he fell down. Because the type of bleeding that occurs in the brain was that's an injury. It's called a subdural hematoma that is happening between the coupling of the brain and the brain parenchyma at the side. So the child came with seizures and unconsciousness and all, and like we normally routinely do, we have to try and take out the fluid as much as we can and reduce pressure of the brain. So routinely we did all the tests. It was all normal, like complemented, and said that the children mostly have normal tests and everything. So we took up the case and I did a normal surgery. It went off well. We used cautery, we used everything. We closed the child. We sorted the bleeding stuff. But I was very cautious with the brain because I didn't want to damage the brain after removing the clot. So that always leads to more bleeding otherwise with normal patients also. So we did that, we closed it, and then in the post-op I was getting a call from the nurses saying that the scalp was just swelling up and it was hematoma forming under the scalp, and I said, we have to check everything. The drain was put post-operatively so that excess blood can come out, and then it will coagulate and things will have to happen. So the next thing that I saw that we normally remove the drain in the following day, which is routine for us. And then we saw that this child had a big swelling in the scalp. So what we did is we further put pressure with adhesive plasters to reduce the swelling. The child was absolutely normal, no problems with the child. Neurologically improved, in fact, after causing the pressure to come down. But the scalp was giving us a problem, and we were worried what was happening. So we had to again take it in and then remove this clot from the scalp, thinking that it was excess clot there, and we were more worried about infection after that. When we did this, then we called our pediatrician also who looked after the case, and then we started having it. Then after doing this, again the scalp hematoma formed. We were really worried. Then I said, we're not going to touch the hematoma. We'll see that the skin is covered. Once we have a good cover of skin, giving antibiotics, we might not cause any infection, and then it will resolve on its own. And then we did routine tests after that, and then we sent the child for a hemophilia test to the department in transfusion medicine, and learned that he was hemophilia positive. And then we were able to get the packet, and that's how we were able to stop that bleeding from the child. And now I think the child is part of the Hemophilia Society. So it was an eye-opener for me, and I really take cautiously the history of, especially small children coming to us with such type of things. Other people who are grown up, they will understand that they would have had such history. And then that lady, I think another kid also had a history of a similar thing. So this way we were able to at least get those two children into the society. So I think we have to really be aware of all these things that we deal with every day. We have been super specialists, we might not come in touch with directly with the society. So I think from the government, from the society, need to educate the doctors in the periphery and maybe involve us to go and see the kids over there and maybe because it might be small now, but this is just the tip of the iceberg that we see. And I'm sure that in the past, nobody had had such facilities here, and many kids might have been just dying of no cause of their own. So this is my one. I wanted to share it. Thank you so much.
Excuse us. And we expect long years of